Today we're having a symposium on how to feed a city, visions, technologies and emotions. So here we will bring together various perspectives on vertical farming, on cultures and emotions, on how to feed a city. We will discuss this with the three cities of Basel, Milano and Rotterdam, and with a wide audience.
How are we going to feed the cities of today and tomorrow? By supporting and connecting urban farming projects? By using fully automated vertical gardening systems? Or would it help to remove invisibility from our food production and make food and agriculture more visible again? These approaches to help feeding the cities were the topic of discussion between the speakers and the audience at the symposium. It was organized by the Research Institute of Organic Agriculture, FiBL. The symposium was held in the Swiss Pavilion.
Well, for me, the strategies that are the most promising are the ones that involve the most people. Because I think for the last 200 years, through industrialization, we've seen this incredible sort of separation between people and food. People started to live on ready meals and started to sort of basically think that the food problem was solved and that they didn't really have to worry about it anymore. And I think it's becoming very clear that we haven't solved the food problem and that we do have to worry about it. I loved hearing about what's going on in Basel and Rotterdam and Milan, obviously, which is the host city. Because I think the city is a really important scale to ask the question of how we should live and feed ourselves. How can we balance our need to eat with a vision of a good life? So I think there were many, many interesting ideas that came up today and many things that we need to carry on talking about.
Carolyn showed the development of food systems from the Middle Ages to the present, which helps her design concepts for the future. Fully automated vertical gardening was not something she had considered yet. As an example, today 7% of leafy vegetables in Singapore are produced in vertical gardens.
Two things were amazing, that how the cities, the ancient cities, have been built around the food distribution. Because of traffic, of trains and because of cars, we have left that concept, but with making food distribution more anonymous and with concentrating people in supermarkets, mega markets, a lot of culture has been lost and a lot of potential meeting opportunities for people. And the second thing, I was very surprised that vertical farming is not only a theory, it is already a practice and it works.
So vertical farming is basically agriculture in a controlled environment, stacked on multiple levels. And every parameter to control plant growth is controlled. So the watering, the lighting, as well as climate. And it's due to the freshness, of course. In my opinion, vertical farming will not be there to feed the city of the future. It's more of an addition to the existing food system. It's not so much about staple foods like rice or maize or wheat, but we focus on leafy greens, on vegetables, on lettuces, fruits. So if you bring that closer to the consumer, into the middle of the city or around the city, you would have a lot less food waste and less transport.
It is not only private initiatives that help the cause. The city administrations themselves start to show a lot of development too. The city of Basel signed the pact as well and supports initiatives in the food sector.
There is not one strategy, like a food policy, maybe you're expected. There are many initiatives which are not coordinated yet, and we are trying to get more and more contact with them and to coordinate them more and more. So it is very important to be here and to being involved in this exhibition here.
The symposium made clear that there are no single answers, but different perspectives that help to develop extensive concepts, leading cities to take responsibility for the question of how to provide everyone with food.